Guess who's back, 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 back. Okay, no, for real. I'm super excited to be doing this distorted Tinkerbell look. I hope you guys like it. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this video. Let's get to it. I'm using the shade Mirror from Alice in Wonderland's Through the Looking Glass eyeshadow palette. Urban Decay came out with it about a year and a half ago, but you can really use any gray or charcoal eyeshadow you have. I really messily just contour her face, her neck, and underneath her eyes. I'm also going to take it onto my middle finger and just kind of dab it across the right corner of her lip. I found this rustic brown red shade of a face paint. It's not super thick, but it's a good consistency to just kind of dab on top of an eyeshadow to give that bruised effect. Through those same three areas that I've already hit, I'm just going to be taking the shade Gone Mad with that same eyeshadow palette and dab on top to give it more of a bruised look and add a little bit more dimension. Taking the shade, I think it's pronounced Salzengrün, from that same eyeshadow palette, I wanted to give it more of a bruised look and it started to look dirty, so I just kind of smeared this across all the same areas. Next, I'm just taking my liquid latex. You can find it really anywhere at this time of year. It's pretty cheap. I'm just going to be placing it on top of each area I've hit with eyeshadows so that it gives it that bruised, scarring, wound effect. The liquid latex helps this look to look a little bit more raw than anything, if that makes any sense at all, just because of the way you're pulling it off and the way that you've placed the eyeshadows. So the look is really up to you whether you want to use liquid latex or scar wax. It's just a different approach for each one. This next part is pretty simple. You're just going to be taking every single one of those shades of eyeshadow that you used and placing it all together on your finger and dabbing it on top of the Kleenex. It doesn't matter how dry or wet the liquid latex is because you will be pulling it apart in a couple minutes anyway. So yeah, just go ahead and take a pair of scissors, use your fingers, use tweezers, whatever you have available, and just slowly pick apart each individual piece of the Kleenex and kind of sculpt out how you want your wound to look. I'm taking my Tarte BB cream in the shade medium and going on top of my Kleenex just so that it's not white. Taking my fake basic blood from Goodwill, obviously I'll be putting it onto a Q-tip and putting it inside of the Kleenex areas. This will give it more of a raw look than anything. And then I just take my finger and smudge it out to keep that bruised look effect still going. Taking the shade Time from that same palette, I'm just going to go on top of where I just placed the fake blood. And I really screwed up at this part. You can see in her face, I tried to pull off a little bit on the lip, and I pulled off a lot. But it's an easy fix. It's just liquid latex and Kleenex. So if you do that, just make sure you go on top of it with those same shadows and some more fake blood, and you'll be fine. To give it that fresh, raw, gory, gross look, I'm going to take that same fake basic blood and put it inside of where my Kleenex is. For the prettier and more sophisticated side of Tink, I'll be using the shades Hatter and Heads Will Roll. I'll be blending in Hatter in her crease and then taking a flat brush and using Heads Will Roll for the base of her eyelid. They're both super pigmented, so make sure that you are blending them out really, really well. Otherwise, it looks like a mess. I'm taking the shade Creme Brulee from Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette and placing it on top of the base to give it more of a glittery look instead of super matte. Because, hello, she's a fairy, so why would I do matte? And then take a clean, fluffy brush and make sure that you blend everything out so it's not too harsh of a line. Taking e.l.f. Expert Liquid Liner, I'm going to make an almond shape with her eye, instead of doing anything harsh and accentuating how long her eyes are. So I'm going to thicken the line in the middle of her eye and then make a smaller, thinner line on the outer corners of her eyes. So my camera went out of focus and I'm super sorry that I didn't realize it until I was editing, but I'm taking Too Faced lipstick in the shade of Taffy and applying it onto her lips. But because it's matte, I wanted a more glossy, shimmery look to it, so I added Bare Minerals Lipstick Rebel, or excuse me, lip gloss in the shade of Rebel. And it has peppermint infused into it, so it's also a lip plumper, so it's kind of like a double whammy. And there you have it. That is my distorted Tinkerbell Halloween makeup look. Let me know what you guys want to see more of, whether it's Halloween related, makeup related, vlogs. I'm super open to any of your guys' ideas, although I really do hope to have another Halloween look up before Halloween quickly approaches us. So let me know what you guys want to see more of, and I will see you guys next time. Make sure you subscribe and give this video a solid thumbs up.